Aloha, beloved ones, my friends. So, my name is Bevan. Also, I go by Be Heaven on my YouTube channel. And today I want to talk about guidance and divine guidance. And so the best way for me to talk about this is to share my own experience and my own story and how I receive guidance. And then from there, I will go into tips on how to better tune into and receive your guidance from your higher self, from your soul, from the universe, from life. And I will also be including a short meditation at the end of this video to come into yourself more and tune into your soul and your original self more. So I actually might make a separate video for the meditation. I'll have to see how long this video is. So let's get right into it. So a little backstory for me is I've always been very intuitive. I've always had a very strong inner knowing, and the calling and the voice of my soul has always been strong. Do I always listen to my soul? Do I always hear it? No, but it's always something that I return to and come back to. It's always something that is there for me. And over the years, I've really cultivated a deep relationship with my guidance, with my higher self, and with spirit. And it's really, truly magical and incredible how it's evolved over time. So about, I think it's like 7 years ago now, around that time, I went through a series of deep and powerful spiritual awakenings that really opened me up spiritually to just a greater awareness and a deeper love, a much deeper love, and something within my being was activated and changed, something within my very DNA. And if you've had one of those spiritual or many spiritual sort of experiences or moments of deep and profound awakening, then it's also changed you to your very core, and it's also activated your DNA as well. So after those spiritual experiences, awakenings, whatever you want to call them, it was like this channel opened up between me and the universe, and all of a sudden it was like, you know, I was receiving so many signs externally around me and synchronicities, you know, galore from the universe, and it was quite beautiful. I remember a little bit after one of my awakenings, I was looking up at the evening sky, and there was a cloud that was so distinctly an angel. It was just incredible, and I was just so moved to the depths of my being, really. It was just like, it wasn't just like a cloud that kind of looked like an angel. It was a cloud that with distinctly, very like distinct detail was an angel. And I was like, oh my God, no way, whoa. So there's a lot of those stories. There's a lot of different experiences that just like open you up, and you're just like, holy fuck. Oops, sorry, excuse my language. Holy cannoli, the universe is so much more than I thought it was. And I knew it was more, but like, darn it, this world has really conditioned me to set a bunch of limiting belief systems and boxes on reality and boxes on myself, and I had no idea. And so when you open up to your higher guidance, people receive it in different ways, but the easiest way to receive it is through an open mind and an open heart. So I would receive, and I do receive every single day now, signs from the universe, guidance that's helping me to, it's like the guidance is kind of shining a light on the path before me, but it's only shining a light on the first couple steps ahead of me. You know, I don't know where I'm going in life really. I have a general idea of where I want to go, and I know that the timeline or timelines that I'm tuning into are very just so beautiful and positive. You know, what I'm tuning into for my future is a heavenly reality. And when I tune into that for myself, I'm also tuning into that for humanity. And I feel a very positive, beautiful, amazing reality, a heavenly reality for humanity coming. That's another subject to get into, so I'll go back on track here. So I receive this guidance daily through signs, through symbols, through numbers, through maybe I'm thinking something and I'm receiving guidance within my intuition and my voice, like that, you know, that little soft voice inside your head that likes to give you like wisdom, you know, the wisdom of your soul speaking forth. And then it's like a day later or that day, like another person will say the exact same thing that you were thinking about, and you're like, bro, I was just thinking about that. That is higher guidance. That is your soul talking to you and speaking to you, and then it's confirming to you. Spirit loves to confirm these things through external experience. Another example is I am currently in my parents' basement, which they are renovating, and I've been sleeping on the floor, and there are spiders down here, and there's this huge spider that has been hanging around me for the past couple nights. I actually just put him out in the forest outside. But to me, that's no coincidence. It's not a, oh, there's a spider, you know, around. It's like, oh no, this spider has been hanging around. I feel like that's a sign from the universe. Okay, what is the animal medicine for spider? And for me, that's like being more focused with how I weave my web, how I'm creating my reality, and really being almost like detail oriented, and also just like it was a big spider too, so that just kind of confirms to me of like I'm coming into a more empowered space within myself. I'm sharing my message more, I'm speaking out more, and it was kind of like the spider medicine is that mother God energy too. So it's like that mother God energy is holding me. It's telling me to keep going, keep creating, keep weaving my web. So it's kind of like I will get these messages through symbols in nature, through animals, through numbers, through synchronicities, and then I myself intuit the message. And I intuit the message through my heart. It always comes through the heart, you know. And another way that I receive my guidance is through my inner vision. So I don't see anything through my physical eyes, but I do have visions, and I have visions every day, sometimes more than most other days, where I will just receive beautiful visions of light and of beauty and of like a deeper understanding of how reality works or how energy works. It's like I'm receiving these downloads and I'm getting them as visions in my mind's eye. And then I also love to do shamanic journeying, which sounds, you know, pretty out there or like whatever, magical, super magical, but it's actually really simple, you know. So I like to partake in mehe jiwana, and you can do this without anything either. And I like to meditate, or even maybe take a bath, or you could do it in the shower if you want. You could do it on a walk, but it's a time when you're going within. I think it works better when you are in stillness and when you are in darkness. That's when shamanic journeying really works, I feel like. So you go in to a space, a still, calm, quiet space within yourself, and then I like to just kind of imagine like my crown chakra opening up, my third eye, and I'm just receiving what wants to be told to me through my higher self, through the divine intelligence of the universe. And then it just kind of like, it starts out with almost like your imagination, but it's not just your imagination. It's your soul speaking to you through these images, through these messages. So it's not just you making something up. It's something higher and more intelligent and vaster than what is just you, coming through you to give you messages, to give you insight, to create a experience of gnosis, to activate your DNA and to guide you along, or to confirm to you something, or possibly tell you where you're gonna go next, you know, or give you a spontaneous idea of something to create, or, you know, it comes in so many different ways. And sometimes guidance can come in very powerfully and spontaneously and beautifully, and you're like, whoa, bro, that's amazing. And other times, most of the time, it's just subtle, and it takes us tuning in and being more mindful and more still and seeing how life is speaking to us all the time. Life loves us and life is speaking to us all the time, but most of the time we're too busy, you know, in our heads, we're too busy doing things to notice these subtle signs that are, you know, constantly wanting to guide us, and not just guide us, but a lot of the times I find that life will be reflecting back to me what I already know inside my soul, what I know deep within inside my soul. Life loves to confirm deep inner soul knowing. It really does. It's so cool. And it's so magical. And the more you open up to it, the more you trust it, the more you trust what you're receiving, the easier it is to open up that channel and to understand and to reprogram your belief systems and reprogram your DNA to a higher consciousness, and to embody a deeper understanding, a deep spiritual understanding of who you are and what life is, and to be awake in that way more so throughout your day, every day. And being present to life really helps with this too. Being present with yourself, being present to life, opens up that space for you to receive guidance from your soul and receive guidance from life, from the universe, from God, more clearly and more easily. Good stuff. And you know it is true. You know it is true, and it's coming from your soul. When it feels resonant in your being, it feels resonant in your cells, in your body, in your heart. That's when you know it's true. And it's an initiation after initiation of empowerment, especially I've found for me, and this applies to all of us, where we need to come into trusting and validating our own truth and letting go of other people's truths and other people's perceptions and other people's beliefs, because everyone's going to be a little different. Everyone has a different perception from which they're viewing truth. So what is most important is for you to find your own truth, and you know it because it feels good, it feels liberating, it feels like freedom, it feels like magic and wonder and goodness. That's when you know that is truth for you. That is when you know. And to let go of everything else that anyone else is saying, or whatever someone else is believing. You know, put what you feel in yourself, put your truth first before anything else. But also don't put your beliefs on other people, you know? Respect other people on their journey and their own perceptions, because their truth is just as valid as your truth. But then, underlying everything is a universal truth. Yeah. And that universal truth is all around us. It's here, present with us all the time. And that is why being present within yourself, you can tune into that the truth of divine intelligence, the truth of the Holy Spirit, the truth of love, this higher, deeper, omnipotent, omnipresent power, divine power that is orchestrating everything. It's orchestrating life. And the more you tune into that, the more you connect to that, the more you start to resonate. I like to call it like a universal resonation, because it's not just about you anymore. You're resonating with something that is you, but it's also so far beyond you. But you are a part of it. It is you. And it's quite beautiful. And this is why I'm so into spirituality, because I want to tune into not what I think truth is and then put that on reality. I'm allowing reality, the universe, life to reveal itself to me so I can connect to truth in its purest form. And that requires me to be open. That requires your mind to be open, and for you to have a loose grip on your beliefs, and to always be open to more and more to come in. Because once you're fixed with something, and then it's hard to allow a broader expanse or a broader view to come in and integrate into your being. So yes, trust what you feel, open up, open your heart, and allow yourself to receive. And know that you are capable of this. We are all capable of this. We are all the universe. We are all life. We are all magical beings of awesomeness. Yes, we are. So yeah, as you go through life, trust your inner compass. Let your inner compass be what shows you the way, you know? And you can tell. You can tell what is resonant and what is not resonant because it resonates. And resonates means it feels good. It feels so good in your whole being. And what doesn't resonate? It doesn't feel good. It makes you feel weird or yucky or sad or gross or whatever. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. But it's also an art. It really is. It's an art of mastery to continually refine your guidance, continually trust yourself, continually make choices and follow the path of your highest destiny. And what is your highest destiny? Your highest destiny is truly, it's returning home to source. It's returning home to God. It is opening up the gates and walking into the kingdom of heaven within you. And the kingdom of heaven is a state of being. It's a vibration. It's, again, a divine resonance. It is a resonance, an activation of higher love, of deeper love, and you start to vibrate with that, and your consciousness starts to elevate into a deeper and higher awareness and understanding of love, of oneness, and of the truth that is ever present. So yes, your guidance is always going to be guiding you along your highest destiny. If you're following your guidance, then you're also walking the path of your highest destiny, because your highest destiny is just returning to source and love within yourself and embodying who you are as a child of the Most High. It's embodying all the divine and godly qualities of who you truly are within your being. And I say that within your being because we all have an original self. We all have a quintessence. And your quintessence is the essence of your essence. Yeah, it's your original self. Your original self is your God spark. It is the spark of your soul. It is your orenda, as the Native Americans like to call it. It is the truth of who you are. It is the eternal flame of love that gives life and breathes life into you. It is who you are beyond this world, and it is who you are within this world, truly. So, mastery is living and following and making the choices that are in alignment with your highest good. And my path has been one of learning to love myself enough, and I'm still doing this, just a baby really in my spiritual mastery and path of self-mastery, I should say. But it's also spiritual, you know, it's in spirituality incorporates all aspects of reality. And I have not been, you know, no one is 100%, no one is perfect, and I will never claim to be that. You know, sometimes I have days, weeks, months where I'm just like off, and you know, I'm not really feeling myself as deeply. And it is in those dark times when we're tested the most, when our soul is calling for us to bring the light of our soul into those dark spaces, into the pain, into the trauma, into the uncomfortable, and bring the light of our love into those spaces. And it's hard work. And sometimes, you know, I feel there have been times when I felt very disconnected from the universe and from life, even after my spiritual awakenings, especially after them. And that is when you're tested. And that is when you can grow the most, truly, is in those dark times, is in the shadow of the soul. And that's when you can also grow your faith. Because you don't feel that connection to your divinity. You don't feel that connection to life. And that is when you can grow your faith the most and believe in something even when you can't feel it or when you can't see it. And if you keep believing in it and having faith in it, then it will reveal itself to you again in an even more beautiful, profound, and embodied, integrated way than it did before. It's good stuff. It really is. What else did I want to talk about? Okay, so I will just say that following your guidance, walking the path of your highest destiny, living more and more in alignment and learning how to do that and refining yourself over time through cycles. You know, everything goes through cycles, everything goes through waves, ebbs and flows, all that good stuff. So as this happens, it's like I'm opening up and I'm surrendering myself for that higher power to move through me and to live through me. So I've noticed over time, it's like I'm identifying less and less as just Bevan, just as a person. And I'm recognizing myself and seeing the divine, seeing the beloved more and more within all things. So it's this beautiful paradox, right? Like awakening is a beautiful paradox where you are this individual person and you are also an individual soul that is unique, that has never been before and never will be before and never will be again. But you're also one with everything. You are also one with all of life, and there's like this integration of your ego that starts to take place, and there is a dissolving of yourself that also takes place. And for me, it's been slowly and over time, and it's been gradual, and it's been beautiful. Yeah, I just wanted to share that as well. It's I feel like I'm a very deeply spiritual person, and I've been activated in a very powerful and deep way. But I'm also human. I'm very human. I'm full of flaws, and I'm still just trying to figure my shit out and be the best that I can be, just like every other human being. So yes, you know, like a lot of us on this spiritual path, you know, we have this deep higher understanding that has been activated within us, and we understand who we truly are, we know who we truly are, but don't let that get to your head so much. Like, you're a fucking human being. You know, it's okay to be human, and that's what makes us beautiful too. It's a beautiful thing to be human. truly is. Even though it's hard sometimes, even though life is challenging sometimes, even though it's painful sometimes, even though the lessons are hard sometimes, it's all beautiful. And it's all for our growth, and it's all to help evolve us and shape us to our highest transformation. You know, and our highest transformation is something that goes beyond what we can currently comprehend right now. And that is beautiful, and that is wonderful, and that is magical. So, tips. Let's get into tips on how to be more clear within yourself so you can dance with the universe. Yeah. Okay, so number one tip is to be clear, right? Clarity. Through clarity, you can see clearly the truth through yourself, right? So the best thing with clarity is sobriety. And I'm not saying be sober all the time, because I'm not. But do give yourself space and time to be sober on a regular basis and connect with who you are sober. And it's just so truly beautiful, the kind of clarity that comes through you when you're sober on a regular basis. It's just like, there is no comparison, really, truly. Like, there is a very beautiful, powerful gift in sobriety. Also, taking care of your body, obviously. Eating healthy, clean foods, not putting processed junk into your body. I mean, you know, we all put some processed junk, most of us at least do, into our body. But, you know, just dialing that back, putting in more clean, organic foods, local foods into your body really helps with that. And regular movement and exercise really is so important. Movement, daily movement is so important, because we need to, we're beings of energy. We are energy. And so we need to keep moving our bodies to keep the energy flowing through us. And if we don't move our bodies, then we become stagnant. And what happens when you become stagnant? Well, things start to kind of like cloud over, you know. It's like things get stuck and yucky and smudgy, and then you're like, you can't perceive the divinity that is you through you know, cloudy, murky waters. So to keep your waters clean, first feed yourself clean things, and also keep your body moving, exercise regularly, or move your body in some way every day. I like to walk, I like to dance, I like to do yoga, I go to the gym and I work out. Sometimes I run in the gym, sometimes I run outside. You know, I can't just like do the same thing every day, so I do a lot of different things that feel good. Also connecting to nature. Connecting to nature is so important. And it's such a good way to tune into the spirit of life. It's such a good way to tune into yourself. It's such a good way to tune into the crystalline truth of reality. You know, nature is that reflection, that pure reflection of spirit in form. And so when you go out and you're connecting with trees and you're seeing the beauty of nature, that's reflecting that it's like the purity of nature is helping you to align and to open up to the deeper truth of the universe. And it helps your energy, you know, your whole energy field realign. If you're feeling off kilter within yourself and you just feel a little disconnected from yourself, going into nature will help your whole energy system realign, and it'll help you connect into your heart and into your center and into your truth and your guidance. So also praying, you know, praying to whatever you want to call God, source, life, the universe, just by praying to that divine intelligence, that divine power that is there, never present and all around us, and making it your intention to open up to guidance more, to receiving more from the universe. And guess what? If you allow yourself to receive, ye shall receive. Okay. Also, letting go of limiting belief systems. You know, we all have them. We've all been conditioned so much to have all these fucking limiting belief systems. So the more you can recognize limiting belief systems, it's easy to start recognizing them, because guess what? They're limiting. The more you recognize them, the more you can be like, I'm not gonna believe that. I'm gonna believe in what my soul tells me. And so doing that also helps. And just, yeah, trusting when what feels good, because what feels good is what is God. God is good, so what feels good is God. And yeah, I think that's all I got for you today. And I hope this video helped you, and I'm wishing you, wherever you are, whenever you are, a wonderful day and a wonderful life, and life loves you. Keep going. Keep climbing that mountain. You got it. You are awesome. You know it. You so know it.